Welcome back, everyone, to something. Oh, we still have bales to do. I mean, we still have seeding to do. Actually, I might. We have a few things to do. I mean, contracts apparently keep coming in. Sunflowers. We're gonna accept that one. We have 3. We got harvesting of corn, harvesting of sunflowers. 82 and 20, and then of course the bales, and of course ours. Okay, there. For the most part, I think I've got this guy basically running on his own. Let's take a quick gander. Let's take a propaganda over right there. Yep. Yep. Actually, not too bad. So I pretty much can just hire this out. Let him do his own thing. I mean, when it needs new seed, I guess we'll figure it out from there. We got a lot of seeding to do. Jeez, Bill, we got lots of seeding to do. I sold the rocks, that's what I did. There we go. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but without the windrower on, it's kind of a mute friggin' point now, isn't it? Alright, off we go. Oh, we want automatic drop. We've got tons of bales to do. We want to get... I mean, I guess when we consider it, today's mission, or tonight's mission, Field 29 has to be put down to seed. Field 36 has to be put down to seed. But if we get Field 29 done tonight, that's kind of what I'm looking at as a pretty fair bonus right there. Not sure what we can do about it, but we are going to attempt it. Oh, there's one other thing I absolutely need to do, is that's plug my phone in. It's been a long day trying to get a pickup truck running. It was a Ford, so naturally we didn't. I mean, she's an old Ford. I consider it old, but I mean, it's not like my dad's 1948 Dodge 1-ton, which is way nicer, but no, this one's actually, I mean, it's a pretty sweet truck, to be honest. We're trying to troubleshoot it, trying to figure out why she is being a bitch and not turn over. Fair point. Apparently, it's more or less just because it's, I think what we figured out is it just doesn't have enough compression right now I don't know if the rings are seized or what, but the motor isn't quite seized, but it's being finicky. Oh, this guy basically just said, eat it. Ain't dealing with this shit. Oh man, he really fucked it up. Can I pop it this way? Yes. This is sort of working. There we go. Now, can I raise it up enough to make the corner? There we go. Put her back down. Put her back down. I don't know how much of it he actually got seeded right here. I'm assuming a little bit. Nope, this patch hasn't been seeded. Hang on a sec, Tilly. We shall shade this stuff. FYI, this very tight corner here. Case in point, that was a tight corner. We did do our outside rounds, but yeah, we'll just raise this up now that's been done. I will lower it because then it gets into the trees. We'll do it down and back right here, I guess. I guess I'll do this. As I completely miss it all, too. It's a big machine. Okay, I'm going to cut it back. And because I'm going to turn this around first. And then I'm going to drop it here. Like I said, she is big. I didn't do much better there, to be honest. It's kind of shite, as my British girlfriend would say. And she would tell me that too. Well, it's just a pile of shite, isn't it? Maybe a little bit. Maybe a little bit. Alright, so we got 2 rounds here now, so he doesn't have to go that far out. He can make his corners, I think. Alright, now we can hire it. And now I can go back to something along the lines of, hey, did you see these 4,000 bales? Because there's just a few of these damn things out here. Oh, yes. Yes, sir, Greasy Bob. There's definitely a few out here. Definitely a few. We have hauled a few. But I kind of, as a goal tonight, I mean, whether the bales are sitting there or the bales aren't sitting there, it doesn't really matter. I want to finish baling it if I can. That is kind of my headspace goal. Let's just get a bunch of stuff done. But like I have said before, guys, if you guys are all new here, been around for a while, just not subscribed yet, make sure to hit those subscribe buttons on both YouTube and Kick, since we're streaming in 2 places. Links are in the descriptions below, so make sure to check that out. And of course, if you guys have missed any of the episodes before, I mean there is 191 before this one, you can also go check that out on YouTube under the Playlist Farming Sim 22, and they're all there. It's a good binge watch to figure out how we've come about our millions. I only have 1 million. I would love millions of dollars in real life. Actually, I don't even know what the hell I would use them for, but... Well, first thing I would do, and I mean, I'm not $1 million debt by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a little bit in debt, but not terribly bad. I mean, it's been a work in progress for years. But if I had $1 million today... there would be about, I could probably blow about 300,000. Now, hear me out. Myself, I'm not $300,000 debt. But I'd pay off all my debt, business and whatever. I would pay off Dad's debt, whatever little bit he's got left. And the big one, this is kind of the big one, that's why I said it was around 300,000. Is 100% I would pay off the girlfriend's debt. Her school debts. No hesitation there. I'm that kind of guy. If I had the money for it, I would, without hesitation, pay off my girlfriend's debts. I mean, it's bad enough with my own, but right now. And it's, I don't know, as time goes on with our shitty governments, and it doesn't matter who's in government. It doesn't matter the sheep clothing they're wearing or what have you. They all are the same. There is no difference in them. And I mean, 20 years ago, I'll throw a number out there. Say you made $1,000 a month. That's not great money, but it doesn't matter. At $1,000, your $1,000 would go a lot further than it does nowadays. At $1,000, say you made a month, you could squeeze by. Nowadays? No. No, it's impossible. I mean, even as a working guy, even as a company that I have, I best be making at least $3,000 a month to stay afloat. And that's just bare minimum. And I know a lot of people that can't even get that. I know a lot of people that have like PhDs, doctorates, and things like that can't get a job right now. I have one friend that's actually desperately looking for. Well, I have a girlfriend too. Uh, that's desperately looking for a job. She has no experience, which it causes the problem. But I have a friend right now that's actually switching a job too. Been in the same job for 21 years, and the company is going broke. All the signs are on the wall, and they're trying to find a new job. And like they're saying, and especially in Canada where we're at, 21 years experience, they just look at you and go, "Oh, I'm sorry, there's no work for you." No, there is work. They just won't hire them. 21 years experience and loyal experience and nothing. Pretty sad world we live in. Even me, I even see the writing on the wall. That's why I try to diversify so bloody much with my business. But again, there's still no guarantees. I mean, a guy's health holds out. You make money while you can, but at the same time, you're starting to get to the point where it's like, yeah, maybe. I hate to be a farmer these days. Like, I know we're playing Farming Sim, and this is a good release in a way to farm without the expenses and whatnot. It's a game, right? I really wouldn't want to be a farmer these days. I mean, even if you had, say, used equipment, if you bought a used like 780i combine, that's still going to cost you 300,000. Well, you best be making a fair bit of chump change there to be able to cover that, and that's not even your headers. That's not even your fuel. That's just the machine. And everyone goes, "Oh, there's way too many people out in a boat in the countryside." You do realize that every quarter section used to have a household on it. And the sad truth is, they used to be able to make a living on a quarter section. Not anymore. Those days are long gone. I know farmers that barely scrape by on a section, let alone a quarter. That's not even having good equipment. Well, we are getting some bales off this field. And these are 180s. We are using our pickup truck with the bale forks. That's currently at the other farm. We have a guy seeding right now, so that costs chunky change. Oh, we are making miles. We've done 2 rows so far. Just tonight in baling. And bouncing along. I mean, near us, they're actually combining right now. Canola, actually. It's, oh crap. I got a little ahead of myself. Combine ready. I do like the combine ready variety. To me, it just makes sense. Crap. It was like 65% in between there. 65% of a bale that I missed. There we go. How's Buddy Boo? How's my Buddy Boo doing here? Ziggy Zaggin. I'm not sure what this bullshit is. It's special, whatever he's doing. Well, I mean, that field. I should have rolled that field. Hindsight's only 2020. I should have rolled that field. Holy crap! It's rough. It's almost as rough as this one. I think the cat's doing something. Not sure what he's finding, but he's finding something. I might have to go check on him. Well, we're almost midway. One more row over, and I think we are midway. And yes, I have done a lot of bales this thing. And I think we're, what, about 30% hauled or something like that? I mean, I think we're 25% down the field and we're 30% hauled or maybe something like that. It's nuts. I think we're going to get a heck of a freaking extra bonus off this, which is good because any extra silage I'm not keeping. I'm just going to haul. I'm hoping for at least $250,000 extra because that would basically cover my expenses and pay off my loans. But I will be right back real quick and check on D Fuzz. See what he's up to. What is he up to? He's actually not upstairs. But that actually doesn't mean that he didn't get the mouse. There's actually a pretty high probability, to be honest, that he did get the mouse. He's actually, I mean, he's a good cat. Really good cat. I couldn't ask for a much better cat. Let me just check something out here. Let's move ahead. Moving ahead. Doing 2,000 things at once, but moving ahead. And actually, there's a reason why they're combining canola at this late. It's because of the moisture content. It was too dry. Way too dry. Stupid phone. Worst part is it's actually still connected. All you hear is the do-do-do because it thinks it disconnected. It's not. It's just not. So how's our Buddy Boo doing now? He made the turn. I am going to have to fill them up, though, full of seed pretty soon, I'm thinking. I accidentally scared the crap out of my cat tonight. I know he was hunting in that, and I didn't even see him there, and it's 100% my fault. It wasn't his fault. I know it to be mine. I didn't see him in there. I turned the light on in the bathroom where he's currently hunting. What he's hunting, I don't know. But he's hunting. He's a white cat and it's a white background. I didn't honestly even see him. All of a sudden, he was there and I accidentally just brushed up against him. And I don't think he was aware that I was that close. Well, he actually peed a little. And then he was all like depressed and whatnot of like, oh my god, I just accidentally peed. And I'm looking at him like, I did not realize you were even there. So, I mean, I kind of sort of gave him crap about peeing on the floor, but at the same time, I just sort of went, okay, well, I think it was mostly my fault because I didn't see him there and I brushed up against him and he didn't see me, so it's like, I mean, I scared the piss out of him. It wasn't much. It wasn't like he just absolutely went to the bathroom on the floor. It was like, squirt, oh my god. And I looked at him and went, oh, sorry, bud, but, you know, if you really have to go like that, maybe you should go down to the kitty litter. Which, actually, I think the thump that I heard was him going, okay, I can't deal with this right now. I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be back up in a second. So, yeah, I can't blame him too much. I mean, neither one of us saw each other. I kind of brushed against him, and he kind of went pee a little. Nah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that was entirely my fault. I think we can gloss over that one and go, okay, each of us made mistakes there. It's fine. I mean, I can see my father yelling at him and going, oh, you stupid cat, you should be. And I'm going, you know, honestly, this was a two-part oops. I can't say you're at fault, and I can't say that I'm at fault. I think we're both equally to blame for not noticing each other. My phone will go do-do-do again. It's actually charging. I got it on my computer charging right now, so the battery does good, but I mean, the biggest thing that drops my battery, I find, is when there's absolutely no cell phone coverage and it constantly is on searching for a network. And unfortunately, again, I live in Canada, our cell coverage is gone for shit. The more they upgrade it, the worse it gets. I remember, I mean, I'm old enough to remember this. I specifically remember a time that we had these big giant brick phones called Nokias. I mean, the phone could power a freaking electric vehicle nowadays, alright? These things were like 10-pound bricks. I mean, they also had an aerial whip. Like, you could pull out the aerial whip on these things, and you had a 4-foot antenna. Maybe not that much, but you get the concept. It was a big, giant freaking whip. Okay, these things, I shit you not. Like, I mean, you didn't browse the world on your phone. You could make a phone call. Yeah, that's about it. Didn't matter, because usually what you used the phone for was to, I don't know, phone. But yeah, no, I specifically remember taking it to the mountains where I was hunting. And I went, oh, I'll probably have to go up to the top of the hill to get reception. Oh, hell no. I was down in the valley and I went, wonder if this actually works. I'm going to phone a landline. Boop, 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 boop. And I hit it wrong and went, oh crap, I got dial tone. And I can't remember who I phoned, but I phoned someone and they went, hello? I went, you're never going to believe where the hell I am right now. Really? Where are you? I'm in the bottom of a valley. In the mountains. No. Yeah, it works. Try that nowadays. I mean, I know I'm not in the greatest of areas right here, but I can tell you for certain. I can tell you for certain. A circumstance. Yeah. And they're telling me they're going to start charging for 3G usage. I can't get 5G. There is no 5G in my area. Currently, there's no 4G in my area. But there is 1 bar of 3G, also known as H+. Yep, it's not my cell phone. Nobody else gets reception either. Yeah, I get it. You're all excited, phone. One problem with charging it off your computer. So yeah, they're saying that every time it goes to 3G, they're going to charge $70, and I'm going, no, you can't, because that's the only cell coverage we have. Oh, we're upgrading everything to 5G. Fuck off. It'd be nice to have 4G. I've never had LTE out here. Not yet. I mean, it's hilarious too because there's another group of telecoms out here. I know for a fact that they're full of crap. I've lived out here my entire life. I know what's in the ground out here, and I can tell you for certain. The only kind of phone lines we actually have out here is copper. And if you had still a landline, you could hear the rain fall outside. That's how bad the network is. I don't know how far I missed it. Oh, actually, not that bad. And zoom out here and curve around and grab it again. So yeah, no, it's really bad. So we canceled the landline this year after Mom's passing because she was the only one that used it, and we canceled it, and I'm talking to this stupid guy on the phone, and he goes, "Well, why are you canceling it? Your service is crap." Well, that's no excuse. Yes, it is. Your service is crap. I mean, most of the time it doesn't work. I mean, there's so much freaking backfeeding going on your line that you can arc weld with a stupid phone line. Yeah, I'm not kidding. You can actually etch your name in the phone box because it's got that much backfeed in it. But besides that, they went, well, you could upgrade to the new fiber optics line in your area. Okay, quit reading the script, dude. And I told him that, and he goes, well, it's not a script. It says right on our profile, there's fiber in that area. I went, is it connected to the current bush? And the guy says, current bush? I went, yes, the fictitious plant that could charge your electric vehicle. Because I can tell you, living out here, that there is no fiber line in the ground near me. Well, yes, there is. I went, okay. At this precise moment, they were pulling the ditches out around us. I went, so like they're pulling the ditches and all, so that would mean where your fictitious line is just got dug up anyways. So either you're full of crap or it doesn't exist. And the guy went, well, sign up or shut up. I went, I'm not signing up, and now you're getting aggressive, so screw you, cancel my line, and we'll forget about it. And the best part is, and this is actually, to me, is hilarious. They canceled the phone line. Then they charged us for 2 months. Then they gave us a check for charging us for the 2 months of cancellation that went on. And then it gets better. And then we get a bill saying that they've paid us too much. And it's like, And no. So they've created a new account for us that has this credit on there, and they want us to sign up for fiber. It's like, oh, for crying out loud. Does anybody actually understand and hear what these Pop-Tarts are saying? And yes, I did hear my phone. Screw it, I'll just leave my phone there. I know that I missed a bunch over there. I saw it when I turned around. I can go back and grab it real quick. We got bales everywhere. I do think we're over half, though. I think we're actually progressing and doing quite well. Yep, I knew I was going to bump that one. I don't think I'll get to the end before we're... Oh, we're full. There we go. That has been nicely done. Okay, I can come in that way and do that. That's not a problem. Zippity, zippity, zip. Noise. Now this one we're over half actually. I don't even know. Hang on. So we're on that row. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rows. We have 9 rows left. You gotta remember, I've picked up 3 rows. I think 3 rows. Have I done 3 rows? I picked up maybe 4. Maybe it's 4 rows I picked up. And there's like a good 8 or 9 rows out there. Now, if it wasn't for the fact that these were silage bales, I would have the other one on in a heartbeat and just fly. And zoom. And full. Alright, let's take a look at this guy. How's he doing? He's actually not doing too bad. Yeah, we're over half. That's not bad. There's a slim possibility tonight then we can actually get this thing all baled up. Then we are left with just hauling. As it turns out, apparently apparently I made quite the impression on the girlfriend's parents. As actually both her mom and dad actually really liked me, so that's good. It makes for the relationship going a lot smoother and easier. Doop de doop doop doop. I started something. She will not stop now. Once you start texting the girlfriend, she just constantly keeps on rolling. But that's all right. I mean, this has been one of the worst years of my life, and without her, I don't know where I'd be. Yeah, mental state and everything else. So, yeah, it's been a rough one. And of course, if anyone didn't know, my mom passed away in March, and then of course a couple days ago my grandmother passed away. Yeah, that one was to be expected though. Mom was completely out of the blue, cardiac arrest, done. My grandmother though, she's been suffering for dementia for the last 7-8 years. Her kidneys were like 15% function. And this is coming from a woman that never drank in her life. And a bunch of other things. So yeah, she. I mean, one cannot say too much. She was in her 90s. And she wasn't what you would call a good grandmother. Very manipulative. Very not really naive, but she liked to play mind games on a person, which I never liked. Even in relationships, I am the one that always had the mind games playing on me, and it's not fun. I don't like it. Yeah, okay, I can see what's going on here. Girlfriend's grandparents are over right now, and they're doing the interrogation thing. I absolutely 100% understand. Yep, that's exactly what's going on there. The interrogation of, so you have a boyfriend. I mean, this is big for me. In more ways than one. I mean, for me, have I been with women before? Yes, more than I care to shake a stick at. I mean, the better part of like 16 to 24, I guess you could say, was basically the gigolo years. Yeah, it's not far-fetched. It's part of my life that I'm glad is over, to be honest. Like, everyone goes, oh, wouldn't you just love going back in time and being young again? No, I did a lot of mistakes in my life when I was younger, some of which I'm still paying for. No kids, luckily, that I know of. So, I mean, there's a positive there. But, I mean, did I fall flat on my face several times? Yes. I still don't think I'm done with it, but, I mean, I'm getting used to falling on my face and having my nose break and crushed into my skull. You know, things like that. I'm getting pretty good at. One of these days, I shouldn't fall on my face anymore. So that was 9 on the way down. This is 8. So we have 7 more rows left. And we are progressing pretty good. That is a huge friggin' field. I'm sorry, it doesn't seem like much, but that is 29 is wide. Now that we have a rail line in between it, we wouldn't expand it either. Still want to buy 30, but holy crap, is that expensive? Yeah, 3.7 million. I have a few zeros short of a full Happy Meal on that one. Yeah, we will have to haul some of these bales. It's going to be nuts. I want to get this one done pretty much as quick as possible because, I mean, is it a huge one? Yes. I never even looked at the other contracts because, I mean, yeah, we're 48% here, but this one's going to Dakota Grains. That one's going to Bloomingdale. Dakota Grains, that works out beautifully. So field 20 is over there. I'm going to haul it right to my place, dump it in the bin here. We can use the train to haul it because Dakota Grains is this guy right here. That works out beautiful. We use the train. And then the other one is Bloomingdale. So that actually works out too. Sunflowers and corn. I can actually see all the rows now. So we're on 7, so that means there's 6 left over there. We are doing very well. Oop. Message me again. I suspect she's going to phone me in a little bit again. Oops. I suspect she's going to phone me as I'm just going la 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 and burning down the freaking field in a blaze fashion. Alright, let's not miss everything. So I just plop out a bale randomly in the middle. I tell you, by swathing one side, swathing the other, and putting it all in basically double row, it makes for swathing it quicker, but it makes for picking it up and baling it quicker too. As long as I remember that, right, I'm using a small round baler. Right. Slow down, you butt munch. Oh, I did, I had a real craving tonight, alright? I haven't had it in a while. But yeah, for the last 3, I can't really complain. For one, they mislabeled the steaks. There was 2 sirloin tipped steaks. And I mean decent. No, they weren't sirloin tipped. They were T-bones. And I mean they're about close to an inch thick. Like nice cuts, nice marbling. They were a AAA Angus. And they were labeled as bacon. So on it said maple bacon, $12.99 a package. And I'm looking at this going, those are 2 decently thick, nice looking steaks. That says it's $12.99 for a pork chop. Or not pork chop, bacon, maple bacon. Alright, in the shopping cart it goes. I ate 3 freaking meals on those steaks. So I can't complain. For $12.99, if you divide that by 3, it's like basically $3.50, $4. Say $4 a night. And then with my veggies, because I use my own potatoes. I actually used my own carrots too that I made or grew this year. So time and everything else, I'd say maybe $4.50 a plate for basically a night. That's not bad. I mean, right now I'm by myself, so yeah, I mean, I can't complain being able to eat for $4.50 a night. That's, I mean, I had steak. I was eating good quality steak. I really can't complain about that. Or I shouldn't. I'm a freaking moron if I'm starting to complain about, oh jeez, $4.50 a night. And a steak. Tonight was a little bit more expensive. I had a serious craving for Caesar's wraps, chicken Caesar wraps. And I was looking and going, anybody around me that makes chicken Caesar wraps? No. The snack wraps from A&W and McDonald's. No, they're actually rather disgusting. So no, and they're like $9 a friggin' piece, and you get like something that's not even the size of a pop can. And you're going, no, not really. Then I looked at Subway, and Subway's not cheap. Everybody says that you could get a Subway sandwich for $10. I don't know what you're putting on it, but it doesn't contain food. Yeah, no, I priced it out for what I like and what I want on it, and a foot long was like $60. I was like, yeah, okay. fucking phone. Stupid cords, too. No, quit fucking... Come here, you. Bust my toe for a bottle of scotch landing on it. So one thing I absolutely hate in the world is cords. And of course, everything has a cord now. Literally everything. So yeah, I know I was really craving chicken Caesar. So I know my Caesar dressing was getting old. And there wasn't very much left of it. So it's like, okay, well, I need a bottle of that. Wraps, I need like tortilla wraps. Okay, I need some of those. Usually they come in a package of 8. I mean, if they're big enough, I could probably only eat 2 of them anyways. So that gives me... Technically, I could eat them for 4 nights. Which actually works out being cheaper when you think about that. And then I was looking at the lettuce, and like the prepackaged crap comes in the bag. Looked disgusting. It was garbage. It was like, that's $10 frickin' dollars for a prepackaged bag, right? It's like, and I was thinking, oh, well, Caesar kit. If I buy a Caesar kit, it contains the dressing and the salad and sometimes cheese with it and stuff like that. It's like, but the package itself looks disgusting. It's $10. And I looked down and went, oh, well, it's because it's the end of the day. Lettuce is on sale. $2.79 for a head of lettuce. Well, I can, even if I decide not to do the wrap, I could just do a Caesar salad. So yeah, I was going, okay, that worked out. And cruised over, and tortilla shells or tortilla wraps, they're $4 for 8. So it's like, oh, well, that's not bad. And I mean, it's not really a brand name. It's one of the no-name brands, but honestly, I can't tell the difference. They both taste the same. So, okay. Not going to complain there. Then I cruised over and was looking at salad dressings, and I went, okay, name brand. They want like $6-7 for a thing of Caesar dressing. I'm going, that's ludicrous. I look at the no-name brand for the store I'm in, and I'm like, $3.79. Okay, I'll try this one. It's a good thing I did, because the no-name brand blows the name brand stuff out of the water. The name brand stuff is garbage in comparison. This stuff is way better tasting. Not to mention when I actually was comparing notes between them and looking at the sodium and all the other crap, the no-name brand had way less. It's like, oh, it's actually way better. Okie dokie. So, and I cruised over, because it's like, okay, I got the tortilla, I get the lettuce, I get the dressing. Oh, yeah, right. What's the other main component missing out of chicken Caesar? Oh, I don't know. Chicken. And I was looking over and going, holy crap. One chicken breast of a name brand group, you could say, that says on the packaging, this is what gets me, carbon neutral company. No, doubt it. There's no such thing. Then it says grain fed. And I'm going, okay, what do you normally feed your chickens? Because chickens, I mean, are omnivores. They'll eat anything. But you can guarantee me that they're only eating fictitious grain. Okay, sure. And looking at the other stuff, and it's like, no antibiotics. It doesn't contain basically anything on it. Then I started looking at what it said on the label. This is the best part. This is a name brand. This contains only chicken. It says in small print on the below, and it literally said on the label, may or may not contain chicken. And I'm going, okay, putting name brand back. I mean, it's carbon neutral. They feed it with grain. It may not actually be a chicken. We're not sure. Kind of looks like chicken. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, maybe it's just a white meat. We don't know. So I I looked at the other stuff, which the best part is it doesn't contain all the other word salad on the package. It just says boneless, skinless chicken breast. Contains chicken. I'm going, there we go. That's what I want. I want something that contains chicken. And I'm just thinking now going, so how many people are going, yes, this is a name I can trust? And I'm going, okay, so what did you butcher that looked like a chicken? Maybe. Because that wasn't it. Anyways, got a chicken. Actually came, I thought it was one chicken breast, to be honest. But it was actually two. Because they were sort of glued together. And once I peeled them apart, I found out real quick that, nope, it was two pretty decent sized breasts, too. And best part is, it said, use tonight, 40% off. Basically, they were going to throw it away if I didn't buy it, which is good because I bought it for $3. The name brand stuff that may or may not contain chicken, they wanted $26 for one breast, and I'm going, aha, yes, this was grown in a lab, and you fed it grain, maybe. Like, I don't even want to know, but that didn't contain food. So then I cruised around the store, got a bunch of other things. One of the other things that I absolutely love, and nobody can change my mind on it. I know what it's made out of. I know the process of making it. It is still the best thing of my childhood, and that, of course, is the tube sausage. And I mean bologna. And it was really funny because the same name brand company that may or may not contain chicken has their own bologna, may or may not contain any evidence of meat. Their 175 gram package was $9. And I looked down at the no name brand, store brand, and it was a 750 gram roll, like sausage end, for bologna, and it was $9.99, and it was like, okay, $7.50 for $9.99, or like $9.99 for the 175 may or may not be food. Yeah, I'll just go with the roll. I am bad for that. And then I found cheese was on sale, and I surely love cheese. So, yeah, I bought myself a brick of cheese that was on sale, and a bag of cheese. But here's the thing. They're both Armstrong, so I mean, they were both really good cheese. But they had a promotion thing. It was like, if you buy this brick, you get a free bag of shredded of your choice. So it was like, okay. And then to get up the till and to find out that with their point system, it was like, well, because you chose to buy the brick and then pick out the bag of cheese, you also get 300 points. Which, apparently, they ask you, would you like to put or have the points put on your card, or would you like to use it against the cost of the cheese? And I went, well, cost of the cheese, please. So, all total, my supper tonight, and my supper for tomorrow night and Sunday night, because I will definitely eat them for 2 or 3 nights. I'm cheap. It tastes good. Yeah, that worked out to being basically like $3 a frickin'. Oh, actually less than that. It was, how did I figure? $2.38 or something like that. $2.30 or something around the lines of. It was under $2.50 per wrap. So if I eat 2 of them a night, I did it again. If I eat 2 of them a night, it's basically like, well, to be honest, it's pretty cheap eating. Thanks to all the good deals I got, and I actually got some products that may or may not actually contain food. I still can't believe that. Because I was just looking at it with underneath the label, and it says may or may not contain chicken. Wow, what the hell's in this package? For $26. And I just happened to look down at the no name brand butchered in the store chicken, which says right on the package contains chicken. Which also gets me, why do you have to put that on package? You can look at it and go, yep, that's chicken breast. Why do you have to put on it that it may contain chicken? Did you get sued because someone went, I bought it thinking it was a pork chop, and it clearly was a chicken breast? Like, I know society in general sense are morons now, but we shouldn't have to put on the package what the package is. Like, I get it. If you have a steak, you might want to know, okay, is it a sirloin? Is it a flank steak? Or is it a T-bone? Or is it a shank? Or is it like a chuck wagon? Like, you kind of want to know what kind of cut it is, right? I mean, that makes sense. But it shouldn't have to say on it going, this is a beef steak. It should be obvious, shouldn't it? Really? Really? 99%. You couldn't just have gone. I did just there, and it seemed to work. And you know, here's another thing I found out tonight. My cousin came over, and we were discussing a bunch of things about, well, one, the truck I was working on and stuff like that. And we were discussing a few things, and he offered me a cigar. I used to smoke a lot of cigars. I haven't actually had a cigar. Oh, shit. Not this year at all. The last time No, not true. I had one on my birthday. In January. So that was the last time I had a cigar. I had one tonight with him, and I mean, I could taste it. These things were fresh. He just bought them. And had one with him and I think he got through about 3/4 of it, and then I butted it out, and he took off, and, you know, I think it has to be on a special occasion that I smoke a cigar now, but it just doesn't do it for me. Like, even, I mean, I never smoked cigarettes. I never had the taste for it. I like a good cigar once in a blue moon, but even yet, now, it's kind of like, you know, it doesn't do anything for me. I really don't like the taste of it anymore. We are 3 rows? Yeah, I guess we're only 3 rows. Some point in time, we're going to have to go down and feed the kitty. But then I'll be back up. Although if he's playing with the mouse, he's preoccupied right now as it is. So I can probably push it till 10:30. But it is Friday night, and I do want to stream longer. That, and I want to get stuff done. It's like real life. Actually, what kind of... Okay. Hang on. You're fired. Like, what the hell kind of horse shit is this? And what the hell are you doing down here? Like... Nibble Snarts apparently couldn't figure out how cultivator work. Wait a minute. Well, that's the stuff that he didn't do. Yeah, like that. Like, actually, this cart, yes, it floats, but it's not fucking complicated. It actually rides quite well. Like, how do you screw it up that bad? I feel like I hired an absolute 100% fucking noob that if his life depended on farming, you better hope that he can make a good living first try, because it ain't well. Like, now I have to go down and redo this entire patch, because I mean, this isn't a small little piece that he missed. This is a friggin' huge gap. I am gonna have to fill this thing up again, but like, just in that small stretch, I bet that was over an acre. Okay. This is friggin' huge. Like, this is not a small line going down. This is friggin' monstrous. Apparently we're seeding now tonight, because, well, baby's first time out seeding didn't work out well. Oh, switch sides. That's weird. Like, that's the width of the frickin' tractor that he missed. Not hard to tell anything that I've seeded. I really hate the new phone stuff. Well, we're almost at the end. I really do need to put some more stuff in this thing. I was expecting it, actually. I wasn't expecting it to finish the field. So I was kind of going, yeah, no. It's a big field. Like, see, I mean, I'm not perfect, but I'm a hell of a lot better than the last guy. There it is. It's definitely going down faster now, but I had to overlap it so bloody hard because what he did. I don't understand how he did what he did. Like, this is so badly angled. And I started off with, like, one whole extension being out. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's a rough field. Like, how did that happen? And then waves out here. Like, I haven't changed. Because I have not actually changed any sort of direction whatsoever. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. How the fuck did he do this? Like, I gotta raise it now. I don't know how the fuck the hired guy got so far out of whack. Like, look at that. I'm doing my best just to try to keep it somewhat like a full span, but look at how badly out of whack it is. This would be like if I got somebody from the internet to go, okay, you're hired. Can you go out and seed this field? Aye, aye, Captain, I'll do what your bidding is. And then do this shit. Like, look at how badly it's just in and out. It's not that hard to control this. Although I think I'm off a bit. Yeah, I am. I am now going sideways into this to try to make up for what he did. Maddening. Maddening, I'm telling you. I do not understand how you fuck up this bad. Okay, so I'll need just the truck. Let me pick up the seed first. We should be able to finish down here. Yeah, because look at it. You could just see where it just absolutely dove in. It was like you went, I'm supposed to have you a cable out the blue. Slush, slosh. I mean, even if you're drunk and seeding, it couldn't be this bad. There's a little stretch that I missed here. Right. Yeah, pick it up like that. 8 and 5, huh? 8 and 5. Ah, there's where the stretch is. That's a pretty decent stretch, too. I was fine, but... yeah, no, on the map it looks like it's tiny, but this is a huge, huge miss. Alright, so let's go G open cover. Okay, which one do I need to go get first? What are you? Your seed. Okay. And then I'm going to go finish baling before we finish seeding. Let's see what our response is. Yeah, I'm guessing by it looks like the girlfriend's coming up next week sometime. I mean, that's going to be great. For one, I really miss her. This is, for me, this is hilarious. And I say that, because it's weird for me, alright? I was like the alpha dog for a lot of years. What women around me did and said didn't matter. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Not a big deal. Oh, it is a big deal. Now it's like, I don't know if I can stand living without her. And that's not even being clingy. That's just me being honest. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I really don't. Well, maybe I turned a page in my life that it's like I'm starting to see or starting to understand, maybe, that there's more to life than just my own. I guess maybe that's more or less it. Holy crap, it took all of the seed. That was over 10,000 seeds. I figured that shouldn't. We sitting at 64%. That'll be enough to finish this one. Well, that'll be enough to finish this one, but that is definitely not enough to do the other one. Gonna need more seeds. The tracks are a slight problem. Fertilizer is another problem. I mean, I got like 15,000. I'll just take all of it. That brings you up to another subject. Seeds. We need. What would it cost to buy? Okay, 1,000 plus 20 slurry equals 100 seeds. Okay, solid fertilizer requires La Popo. Let's do 118 for La Popo. And some water. And buying the water for what I need in here. Piece of cake. I mean, we do have 6,000. We do have 6,000 fertilizer at the plant. That'll get us by a little bit. Alright, let's switch it up. That one I felt. Alright, now we're set up for fertilizer. This would be funny if it didn't take near as much. It'll probably take all of it. Yep. Almost full. Okay. That patch is done. I still need to put that out like that. So we only should have one more full round left to do. I still can't believe how badly he screwed that up. That is, to me, that is insane. I'm trying to maximize my run. Used 2% of my seed so far. Used a ton of friggin' fertilizer. At some point after the first bit of growth, that's when I need to put the maximum fertilizer in. So I'm going to need a lot more fertilizer. Oh, I'm off and running again. It really does actually wander itself. No excuse for the help, though. Or that's... It could be because I'm going straight and I'm still trying to... Oops. Correct. I think it's because I'm still trying to correct. Because, yeah, I'm going straight. That was a quick oopsie doopsie and around we go. Oh, yeah. It's because I was still trying to follow the other one. These things aren't that difficult to do when they're new, right? It's not an issue. And like I said before, everyone, that if you guys are new here, we've been around for a while, just not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button on both YouTube and Kick. Best way to support both channels. next week's gonna be a busy week. One, gotta pick up the old guy at the airport on Monday. And Thursday he leaves again. I know he keeps saying that I'm getting too old for this shit, but the problem is he keeps doing it. But yeah, I get it. The money's good. I mean, if my body held out and I could still do it like what he was doing, I'd still be doing it. I mean, I'd be still doing my job at his age if my body could do it. It's just kind of a natural truth. Why? And it's the same thing that he'll say. It's because we enjoy our jobs. That's the truth. I actually, to this day, I still really enjoy doing what I do. It's getting harder to do what I do, but I still enjoy it. It's just, it is what it is. Well, a bit of a change of plans, but at least we'll have this frickin' field seeded to where I like it. Alright. She's going to bed. She's having a really rough go with this too. I mean, I feel so bad for her. And I can honestly say it's not her parents. At first I was thinking it was her parents taking advantage of having a kid at home, things like that, but that's not the case at all. Her parents really do appreciate what she does. So that gave me a different perspective when I went down there last weekend and met the family. The other thing, and this is kind of a more important aspect, it's a lot to do with her sibling. One in particular, she has two of them. Her brother actually isn't a bad guy. He's a bit shy, but how would I put this in a nice way? Other than he really isn't a bad guy. He's actually quite nice. I don't think she understands fully what he's actually going through and what he's like. I do. I understand exactly where he's coming from. But nothing against the guy. He seems like a good guy. Bit different, but I mean we all are. But her one sibling just absolutely is a toss, I guess you could say. Doesn't appreciate what people do for her and what they have to do around her to please her and things like that. And I mean, it takes a mental toll on a person. And I saw firsthand what it's like, and I see what her sister does not only to her, but what she does to her mother, and it royally pisses me off. I didn't say anything when I was there because I bit my tongue. It's not my place. This was the first meeting of the parents, so I didn't want to step in and say, hey, look, this isn't right. You should treat your siblings better than this. I didn't. I didn't say anything. I just sort of bit my tongue, went, not your place to deal with this at this point in time. Maybe if things go on and proceed further, maybe I'll step in at that point and say something, but currently, I'm basically sitting on the sidelines going, you know what? This isn't my place. But then again, me being me, it's like, oh, they're gonna say something and fucking tune her. My sister and I, on the other hand, I mean, we have mended fences. I mean, do we still clash sometimes? Yes, we do. But we have a stronger understanding for each other and what both of us are going through. And it took my mother's passing, or our mother passing, to understand that. Not all the time my sister and I have seen eye to eye. I mean, you could consider both of us being alphas. When you have two alphas fighting for the same pack, you're gonna have a few clashes. And it took me a while to understand that. When I was younger, I never understood why we clash so much. But one thing that got me thinking about is when my sister said, well, I'm an alpha, so sometimes people around me don't realize what I'm like, and I push people down. Not that she wants to, but she does, and it's a natural sort of sense of things. And I mean, I never considered myself an alpha. I always thought I'm meek and mild. No, apparently I am not. People around me told me the opposite. It's like, when you say jump, we all jump. I went, why? We're slightly scared of you. Good. Really? Because I'm usually the easiest going guy around. Like, I'm meek and mild. No fucks given there. They're going, yeah, but we've seen what you do when things go sideways. And yeah, we're all slightly scared of you. And, well, apparently over the years I've made quite the impression as intimidation works. And yeah, apparently I rule with an iron fist. But at the same time, I still have, I don't know, I still have that mentality that, okay, well, it's just water off a duck's back. I'm not worried about it. I can do this. I do this. It's cool. We're good. We just move on. It'll work out. But no, apparently I have an aura around me. I mean, over the years, very few contractors ever wanted to fuck with me. Probably for a good reason. I tend to make my note or point go across. At the same time, I always found myself as meek and mild. And I always find being a little polite on the phone or just a few light gestures goes a long way. I mean, yeah, you can swear up and down at somebody, but if you just sort of calm down and make your point noticed, people tend to go, At the same time, your actions also show true action or true potential when you, knock down the entire wall with a hammer that wasn't designed to do that, and you're snapping 2x4s in half with one swing. Yeah, that happened once. Apparently, there was a little bit Viking in me. And I say that because there's a little bit or slight bit potential of me going berserker and destroying everything. I don't know how to best explain it. It doesn't happen very often. I've tried to quail those emotions substantially, but they do rear their head once in a while when you piss me off just the right way. Yeah. The best way to tell you, it's basically like a veil goes over your eyes. You have that bloodlust to kill something. Not that I ever kill anything, but it's like the red veil goes down and you forget everything that's going on around you, and you basically go into a frenzy with high potential outcomes. I say that because not witnessed it per se, but I do know of a story where Dad left a 65-gallon drum of alcohol above his head and threw it across the room. And this is coming from a man that was actually fairly old at that point. So, yeah, that was a berserker rage. I've snapped 2x4s in half with a 12-ounce, no, it was bigger than that, 16-ounce hammer with one swing at a time. I've also been known to absolutely lose it on a guy that happened to be in a golf cart, and I flipped the golf cart with him inside of it upside down. I don't remember doing any of this, but there was witnesses. And there might be a video out there somewhere too. Somebody said there was a video. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but some say there was a video of me basically losing it on the guy because he just, well, it was like the homeowners association crap. And the veil went down. I forgot everything what happened, and I basically went roid rage and picked up the front end of the golf cart and literally flipped it end over end. I mean, golf carts aren't that heavy, right? If I could lift a 600-pound washing machine, I'm pretty sure I could pick up a golf cart. I mean, on a normal day, not having roid rage or anything, I can actually pick up the front end of my side-by-side. I'm not what you call a small guy. I am actually fairly large. How did I manage that? Oh, probably the same reason why I'm doing it right now. Keep on driving. I mean, it was always a test of basically a drinking game is what it ended up being. But yeah, we'd have a few wobble pops, and then standing in a shop, it's like, so how strong do you think you are? I could lift the front end of that quad clean off the ground. I can. And everyone going, oh, that's bullshit. You can't do shit. Then all of a sudden they watch me lift the front end of the quad up going, oh, yeah, right. Again, it falls into the category of not small man. 6'5" and weight means not a lot to me. But again, there was a time I was doing this chain link fence job, and required me to pound 12-foot rods, basically 6 feet in the ground. 5 feet in the ground. I cut off the top a bit because I tended to mushroom. Oh, did it again. Paying attention. Just not paying attention. But anyways, my grandfather's post pounder. Now this thing is how legends were made. It's I weighed it one time. I think it's 180 pounds. This thing is like solid steel. Has a 2-inch frickin' steel plate at the end of it for the post pound part. Yeah, it's got handles and the whole 9 yards. Like, this thing is, beastly. It's made for driving fence posts, not little girly fucking chain link fence posts. Like, fence posts in the ground in a few friggin' hits. Yeah, I kind of have to be a strong guy to wield this thing. Well, it was, I did it for a school project. Yeah, that's what it was. Got hired on for, apparently my bid was one of the winning bids for doing the chain links, so for the school division. So I did this 200-foot run, and I basically just picked it up with one side of the arm. I swung it up as high as I could go, usually catching the top edge, and then I just used gravity and just wham right down, right? And then I'd pick it up and with two hands and then continue and pound it all the way down to where I needed it to go, because I had a string line and a laser level shooting it, so I knew where I needed to stop. So it's like, yeah, okay. But to do the first foul swoop, I was basically, because the pole is way up in the air, so I'd climb up the ladder holding onto the stupid thing. I'd hold on to the ladder and go whoop-de-doop-de and whack, and into the ground it goes with one hand, because I had to hold the freaking post up while doing it, otherwise I'd miss, and I basically just, the momentum of this giant freaking post bounder would fling me off the ladder. So yeah, had to be all precisely timed. Well, apparently I was being watched down the back alley where I was working, and this bodybuilder the guy was a few years younger than me, but like, he was working out in his garage gym, and you could tell this guy was ripped. He made both of my arms and one leg put together was basically his arms. He was huge, and he was ripped, and he came sort of waddling over to me and goes, "Man, that looks like a workout." And I went, "Yeah, it's a bit of a tosser. I'm getting through it, though. It's not bad. If you work at it, it's not bad." And the guy went, "Oh, it looks like a heck of a workout. Would you say that's arms? And would you say that's sort of like ab workout?" And I said, "Oh, it's basically the whole upper body workout." I said, "Plus you got to be able to climb the ladder while holding this heavy bitch, and then you go at it, right?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, it looks like a heck of a workout. Do you mind if I try it?" And my little brain went, "Big bodybuilder. Yeah, let's watch him do it. I'll even give him some money, because I then don't have to do it." Not remembering that you got to make sure you pound the post in square and everything else, but free help is free help. Yeah, so this big burly guy, sort of half walking over, squatting and everything else, takes one look at the post bounder and he goes, "Oh yeah, just a little aluminum thing." He went to pick it up and he fell forward. That was my first clue that he's not as strong as you think, or he was just unaware how heavy that post pounder was, because it flew him into the bush. He picked himself up and went, "Whoa, geez, that that thing has some weight to it. And I went, yeah, it's about 180 pounds, what Grandpa always said. He goes, yeah, it's got some beef. So he picks it up with two hands, able to pick it up with two hands. So it goes over the ladder, goes up one step, carries it up one, goes up another step, carries it up. You gotta remember, this is a 12-foot pole. It's not like a 6-foot pole that you're pounding in the ground 2 feet. This is a 12-foot pole. This requires you to go up the ladder about 5 steps before you can swing this thing onto the end to go tippy-tappy and back down. It basically makes a man out of you, alright? So, bodybuilder decides to do the same thing that he's been watching me do for the last hour and one arm it onto the pole. Bodybuilder can't lift it with one arm. So he tries it with two, realizing that the pole doesn't stay in the same place twice because now it's deciding to, well, fuck off is a good way to put it. He's now realized that, yes, very much so, this pole needs one arm being holding it because it doesn't stay in the same place twice. So he decides to rest the bar on him, and then he tries to stretch this 180-pound object above his head, get it tipped over onto the pole, and then goes tap. And then he proceeds to go tippy-tappy, and I think after about 30 tippy-tappies, he finally got this pole about, I want to say he might have tippy-tappied it 6 inches into the ground. And he looks at me and goes, oh, I'm done, dude. This is hard work. And I go, okay, let me try. I got on the ladder and I started pounding it, and I was driving it 1 foot at a time, and he just looked at me and went, that's insane. Then I moved the ladder, got the next post set up, and then I proceeded to do what I normally do and go up the ladder 4 or 5 steps, holding on to the post pounder and going, hoop-de-doop-de-doop, clink, bang. And he just was absolutely in amazement. I went, well, you may be a bodybuilder. You probably can bench 3 times what I can absolutely lift. But there is such a thing called physics and momentum. If you haven't figured out, you know exactly how to do this. And he's just absolutely in amazement. I'm going, yeah, no, it's not that difficult. But the problem is you got to understand how the physics and the momentum works. And then, after I finished up for that day, I remember because he was still working out, went over there, had a beer with him, and I went, so, obviously, doing fencing is not your trade, but just curious to know what you're lifting. And he goes, oh, I do reps. He says they're about, I can't remember what the heck it was now, but it was like, I deadlift about 300 to 350 or something like that. And I'm going, okay. Is that on your bar there? And he goes, yeah. And he goes up to it. He does a squat. He pulls it up, and he goes, yeah, it's starting to get light. I'm going to have to build up to it pretty soon. I go over to it, and he goes, oh, you need a warm up before you do that. And I went, you saw what I did all day. He goes, yeah, I did. He says, but this is different. It's different techniques and stuff like that. You got to be very careful. I went, oh, yeah, well, I mean, I said, post pounder, 180 pounds. I think I got this in the bag. And he looks at me and goes, okay, man. But he says, that weighs probably twice as much as you do. And I mean, at the time, he wasn't wrong. That weighed pretty close to double my weight. And I went, okay. I went over to it, grabbed onto the bar and went, Hifta. I went, oh, that was actually rather easy. He just absolutely in amazement, because remember, Both my arms put together plus one leg is about the size of his arms. And he's looking at me going, how did you do that? I don't know. I don't just pick up the bar and go hefty, hefty. I said, how many weights do you have? And he goes, well, the best I can ever do is about 400 pounds. I went, okay, throw 400 pounds on there. Threw 400 pounds on. Couldn't lift it. I walked over to it and went, I don't know. Picked it right up and went, well, that seemed pretty light. And he's just absolutely blown away. And he goes, how do you do that? I went, oh. So you think me just doing this fencing job was like a lot of work? I do this stuff every day. It's kind of, I laugh at now you see on YouTube with bodybuilders versus construction workers, and the construction workers don't look like the bodybuilders. Usually beard guts, and some of them might be fairly strong looking, but I mean, they're basically just stocky beard gut dad bods, right? And doesn't matter what they do, they usually beat the bodybuilder tenfold. And it's like, yes, you pick up object, you put object back down. You pick it up and you put it back down. Construction, we pick it up, we have to carry the stupid thing. Usually freaking miles. Then we have to climb up a ladder, put it on wherever it's supposed to go, and then we get off the ladder, and then we go, oh, go. That was one of 40 that we have to do today. Okay, off to this. Yeah. Sometimes it's not fun being a contractor. I mean, I have met my limits a few times. One of them was I was leveling a house, and I ordered a 36-foot long 8-inch I-joist, I-beam steel. And no idea how heavy that thing was, but the guy that dropped it off used the picker truck, looked at me and laughed and drove away. And I looked at it and went, cool. Well, it's here. This is nice. No idea what to do with it. So I built a rig, and I realized the windows were close to where I needed to be. I built the pockets, and then I basically rammed this thing through the window. Fortunately, I had to do it at an angle so that it could just basically roll down in, which means I still had 2 feet to lift it up into the pocket and then put it in the other pocket, which were actually about 1.5 inches lower, because that's how low his inside of his floor was that I had to jack up. So pockets were lower, and I had 3 I-joist teleposts, so I could jack it up. But good, I finally turned the I-joist and slide her down using posts through the hole and down, and it goes clunk. I went, sweet. And then I went down to the basement and went, This is before I had another guy working with me, so it was by myself, and I was looking at it and looking at me going, I did have to take on this job, didn't I? Yeah. That's a good paying job, so I mean, you do the good paying jobs. Oh well, nothing to it. Looks like a god doer. Cool, whatever. Yep. That's where it changes. To this day, I still don't know how heavy that I-beam was. Doesn't matter. It took everything I possibly could to put it on my shoulder and lift it 2 inches at a time up a makeshift ladder I built for it to get it in the pocket. And basically it ended up being lift it 2 inches, sit down, have a beer, relax. Lift it 2 inches, sit down, have a beer, and relax. And I mean, at no point that day did I ever get drunk, because the amount of effort it took to lift was insane. I still don't know how I ever did that stuff, especially by myself. I mean, it's still like fiction to me. I still don't fully understand how the hell I did all that stuff by myself. And nowadays I actually have help, and I still question, how the hell were you ever going to get that up there? Screw it. We just lift it. We'll just pick it up and carry it. And that's what we do, and somehow it works. I think the girlfriend learned that out the hard way. The first time we ever went on a date, she says, well, I gotta make sure. It's sort of a fictitious thing in my head. But the one thing that I need to know for sure is that I have a man that can carry me through the threshold, be able to pick me up. I went, alright. She goes, and I'm not a small girl. And I went, I mean, you're cute. You're fairly thin. I mean, grand scheme of things compared to Mongo here. And I went, yeah, okay. Wrapped one arm around her waist and picked her up, and she goes, okay. Past the first part. Yeah, no, I just put my arm around her waist and went, oofta. And, yep, picked her clean off the ground. Being a big construction guy. Actually, I don't even know how I did it. We were under the gun. I mean, this is 20 years ago now, but we were under the gun. Yeah, we had like three framing jobs for a house that we had to do, and we basically were like, at that point, 3 weeks. Each of us were 3 weeks to basically get a house up. And my boss goes, I don't know how the heck we're going to do this. We got to stay on target. We got to get these houses up. We got to get this done. Got to get this done. And I went, okay. Well, you've got a 3-man crew, right? And he goes, yeah, I got a 3-man crew. He says, 4 with you. And I said, well, do we have material? And he goes, yeah, we have material. And I went, okay. I have a proposition for you. And he goes, what's that? And I said, why don't I frame one of these houses for you? I said, you know I can do it. And he goes, yeah, but you'd be by yourself. And I went, that's fine. You do the remote job. I'll do this one. And he says, okay, I guess we'll see each other again in 3 weeks and see how it's going. He says, if after 3 weeks you don't have her fully framed, that's fine. He says, then we can come and help you. And I went, yep, that's cool. First week was actually pretty quick. I got all the I-joists on the floor. I got it sheeted. I got the first floor framed. Remember, I'm doing this by myself. And I think the first week I also got the second floor, the I-joists partially up. I don't think I got them all full. And then the next week I got them up. The second story wall's done. Then I think, if memory serves, I think I started on the trusses myself. Yeah, I think it did. Because by the time they showed up in the third week, I had the main house framed, the trusses up, and most of the roof sheeted. And me being afraid of heights was just magical. The way I sheeted it was I threw the sheets up through the rafters, crawled up on the roof, and then framed it. You gotta do what you gotta do, man. Yeah, and I remember my boss coming back and looking at me and going, holy crap. I was maybe expecting the first floor. I went, oh, it's been going pretty good. But yeah, no, he was just looked at it and went, holy crap, man. That's why I said 20 years ago I used to be able to frame a house by myself. I mean, getting the trusses up on that roof was probably 98% of the battle. And it was a wild one. I had a chain hoist. That's when, well, we didn't have telehands back then. So I had a chain hoist, and I hooked on to two, not one, but I hooked on to two of these trusses at a time. And I just hook it onto the edge of the wall, and I chain them up until I got them to a point where I put the chain. I had it about 2 feet above the outside of the wall, so I was able to stick a 2x4 in there, wedge it, and then I used the 2x4 and another basic wedge and stuck it in there, and I was able to pound it down and lift up the truss, I think about 4 or 5 feet up over the wall. Then I could go up on a 5-foot ladder, grab it, and actually pull the trusses up. Then I built like a skid system up there that I could skid them across. Oh, it was wild. But I remember doing it. And even like today's standards, who the hell would even attempt something like that? I mean, I would do it again, but yeah, no, this is just some of the days of doing stuff. And I mean, I miss it. I really actually miss those days. Mind you, a lot of people don't know this, but I started framing with the guy when I was 14. And I mean, yeah, labor laws nowadays sort of say, nope, that's bad. But yeah, 16, I was working full time doing that stuff. I loved every second of it. I learned a lot of good stuff. I had a lot of faith in my abilities too. We had a good crew. Met some really good people too. But yeah, no, it's like, how many times my boss went, hey, I gotta do runarounds. It's just you here on the job site. You know the plans, the materials here. You can start if you want. One of the other guys will be here in a bit. It's like, yeah, okay, I'll start. No issues. They'd come and it's like, yeah, I already got the 2 walls framed. Is you ready to go up? All we have to do is chain hoist them up, and there we go. Everyone's going, how the hell are you doing this? But yeah, no, the hilarity part is, for the most part, I didn't have a license then. And it was quite funny, so I had to get my mom to haul me in to do the stuff. So, yeah. The best part was, at one point, I finally told her to. I was like, okay, so, guys like to have a drink afterwards. Do you think that's a problem? Then she goes, no, not at all. I went, okay, cool. So it was like, well, how much do they drink? And I went, oh, like 1 or 2, if that's fine. She says, I gotta drive you home anyways. It's fine. I went, okie dokie. Not a problem then. This one appears to be attached to the truck somehow. There we go. That's 48% done. So yeah, no, it's I said, yeah, maybe 1 or 2. She goes, oh, 6-pack. There you go. And yeah, we did that every night. After finishing up every night at the job, well, let's have 2 or 3. I could only have 6, which was good because I had all 6. A 16-year-old kid drinking on the job site at the end of the work day. Yeah, it was different times. And then at 7 o'clock in the morning, she'd drop me off and let's go again. Every day. Man, though, I wish I could do that stuff again. I really, really miss doing jobs like that. It was fun. And we were a pretty decent crew. Like, I mean, there was a time that we had a huge contract. We were framing a house every week. I mean, the house didn't get finished in a week. I mean, most houses took like 8 months to a year and a half, depending on complexity. But it was like, yeah, we're framing a house. So if concrete work's done, no problem. Frame a house in a week, no problem. Still not sure how we did it. Not sure how we survived. You swine. But I'm actually thinking it's pretty close to the end of the night. We got a fair pile of stuff done, so I'm happy. And it is 11. I should probably go to bed is what I should do. So yeah. Hope you guys all enjoyed a little fun time that we had. Glad it actually worked out tonight. Wasn't looking too good. I was going to try to stream last night. Didn't work out at all. But yeah, no, if you guys are new here, you've been around for a while, just not subscribed yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Best way to support both channels. And of course, links are in the description below for both channels. On the YouTube side, it's underneath the video, and the house scroll in the bottom right corner. Some say he likes the white plastic off these bales. I'm not sure what he does with them, but I mean, it's probably weird. So smack them upside the head and push that button. Then, of course, flip over the kick side, hit that follow and subscribe over there as well. So it's the best way to support both channels. And, of course, make sure to share to all your friends and family, as it's a good way to help us grow. And, yeah, hope you enjoy the content. And, for example, this one, if you would like to figure out how we got to this point and how the farm looks the way it does now, yeah, rewatch the playlist. It's all on YouTube under the playlist Farming Sim 22. And we'll see everyone on the next stream. Take care and thanks.